Alright, so how you contribute to patriarchy. I guess I'll start off by stating that we're all aware that around the world there's a lot of horrible discrimination against women that persists to this day, and a lot of women are even discriminated to the point of death. But when the subject of patriarchy in America comes up, a lot of people are tempted to say that we have it much better here. And although it may be true that you have it much better here, or I do, to say that we do not only disregards individual experiences, but it also diminishes the many issues that women still face in this country. Furthermore, if everybody in the world always said, oh, we have it much better here than other places, no progress would ever get made. So the only way to solve this kind of problem is for people to make changes in their own community. So that means us, both you and me. And the first step that we need to take is to assess how we currently contribute to the problem. So what is the problem? According to dictionary.com, patriarchy is defined as one, a form of social organization in which the father is the supreme authority, and two, a society, community, or country based on this social organization. So according to feminist theory, these societies function by basically allowing more privileges to men than to women, and by doing so effectually oppressing women. And there are two different categories of patriarchy. The first is institutional. And some examples of this institutional patriarchy are marriage customs, wage inequalities, lack of adequate maternity leave or flexible schedules for parents, and the modeling industry. So you can choose not to participate in these institutions or even to work to fight against them, but this can be really, really challenging. So an area of patriarchy that's easier to influence, that we could actually make a change in our lifetimes, would be the second category, which is human interaction. Alright. So, because the aforementioned institutions have become so pervasive in our everyday lives, they have influenced how we interact with each other as human beings. This has two subcategories. The first is explicit. So this is the kind of sexism that's really clear to pretty much everybody. Like if a guy says, oh, women belong in the kitchen, like everybody's like, okay, that's what that is. But, but then there's the overwhelming amount of sexism that goes pretty unnoticed for many, if not all people. And this we refer to as implicit sexism. And it's really the most insidious part of sexism, but it's also, so it's the easiest to participate in and not really notice. And here's some signs that you might accidentally be participating in it. You guys can all flip over your handouts and look through these with me, because I know if I just say them, you're going to be like, what? So, okay, the first is, do you accept that certain actions are feminine or masculine? Do you have any expectations about how boys, girls, men, or women should act according to their gender? Do you accept that all women or men hold the same opinion on a certain subject? Do you believe that men are naturally better at certain subjects than women? Do you believe that catcalling at women is acceptable? Do you believe that lists that rate the physical appearances of women are acceptable? Do you believe that that men perform certain tasks, or if a man performs a certain task that his wife usually does, that he deserves extra credit? If you're a man, did you choose your career path so that you could make enough money to support your family? If you're a woman, did you choose your career path so you would have flexible hours to nurture your family? And do you ever find yourself calling little boys tough or rowdy and little girls cute or sweet? So, although patriarchy is built on the building blocks of the institutions, it is these beliefs and actions that perpetuate patriarchy in our society. And I can bet that there's not anybody in this room, including myself, who isn't guilty of at least one of the things on that list. I'm personally guilty of many of them often. So basically, if you'd like to live in a society where gender, sex is more valued and more privileged than the other, then you can carry on as you would like. But if you don't, I urge you to look into why you hold these beliefs, what has happened that made you adopt them, and why you perform these actions. If you can't find an acceptable answer, I urge you to stand up, take responsibility